Hi folks, Hannah again. So the capacitor came for the AC compressor. I don't know if you can see that. This is a 45 microfarad and a 5 microfarad capacitor. That means it has three terminals. So one of those terminals is ground, and then the other one would be 45 microfarad. That's going to be the larger capacitor you would use for your compressor. The other terminal here is going to be probably 5 microfarads, and that would be used for the fan that is on your outside air conditioner that blows the air through the condenser. I've gone ahead and labeled, they're embossed in here, but basically I put AC compressor on this because I can't read very well with my bad eyes going bad, a fan for the fan connection, and I put a minus for the common. And then I'll show you how you can measure them to confirm in a sec. But you can see, I don't know if that's backwards or not, but that's actually 87 degrees right now at 11:30 in the morning here in October 8th 2024, which means that heat wave is almost over, but it's a heat wave for October, and we definitely need the air conditioner to work. So I'll show you in a sec how we can get this in and get this going. Okay folks, so this is the capacitor, the top view. I've gone ahead and set my meter to capacitor. That's this little thing with the two bars, that's the yellow. For my meter, you push select and that sets that mode. And you'll know it because you will see an F, which stands for farad. There's a little N there, which is nanofarad. Actually, that just means it's a very small value, in our case 0. I've gone ahead and attached a negative cable to the common. So there's only one common on these capacitors. And I've attached the other end to my probe. So that's the ground. And then this one, my red probe is floating. Now, if you look real close, the way you can know which is common, you'll see there's a C right there. So that's the common, the negative side of the capacitor. This one, it says fan, and you'll actually see it says fan right there. Oops, phone's going. This one didn't say compressor, it said in mine HERM, but for us that's just call that the AC compressor, which I labeled. So now we go ahead and put our meter on this capacitor. This is totally safe if it's a capacitor out of the box. There's no high voltages. You will see the meter's reading, and the meter reads 44.6. So that's 44.6 microfarad. So these two terminals here, negative and positive, are definitely for the AC compressor. Okay, so you're gonna have a common ground that you'll have in the black, where my black is, and then this red wire will go to the compressor wire. Now we're gonna check this side. This is gonna be the fan side. So again, we share the common, and now our probe is on this. We're gonna measure our meter, 5 microfarads. So that's definitely the fan, because always the smaller value is going to drive a fan. You know, it's just a much smaller motor than a compressor motor, and so it needs it's a lesser capacitance it needs. All capacitors really are just kind of like a flywheel, like an energy storage device. So it gives the motor a little extra push when the AC signal power is going through it. So that's this. This is, again, a 45 microfarad and a 5 microfarad and capacitor. And they just kind of bolt right in. You just got to follow the wires, and we'll do that on our compressor real quick. Okay, let's go out to the compressor. I should add, to power these off, you pull this out. This is a set of fuses here, and you just pull them out. Okay, so that's fully discharged now, just so you're all clear. Okay folks, we're back again, and I've gone ahead and disconnected the fuses. Mine has a panel just here, and the fuse is just unplug. You just pull this little handle and it pops out of there, and there's 2 fuses in there. Make sure the power is off. And now what I've done is I'm checking the capacitor. Right now I've got a red, it doesn't really matter polarity, but the 2 wires together there and one of the terminals, and I removed this yellow wire. Okay, and you can see the capacitance is only 0.014 nanofarad. It should be, this is a 50, I believe, so it should be at least 50 microfarads. So that tells me this capacitor is not good. Again, I'm checking here, and I'm not seeing what we need to see. Okay. You can kind of check, make sure, you know, that everything's discharged. I'm not getting anything here. Well, let's see what this one does. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so this side, I'm not seeing anything. So we can put this connector back just so we remember what goes where. And again, I've unplugged the power. They're a little tight to get into. Wear gloves to extra safety and not to get cut off on anything. Now we're going to remove this brown wire. Okay, disconnected that and do the same thing. Okay, so this is a smaller capacitor. I believe this one's for the fan. There's two capacitors in this big can. One for the condenser fan, that's the part of the fan on it, and the one for the compressor, which is the larger. So I think it's a 55, which means 50 microfarad and 5 microfarad. You can see this one works, 4.6 microfarad. That capacitor is good. That's the one that starts the fan. But if I check the other capacitor, we get an open, or basic, well, I put the wire back, but you saw earlier it was no good. So I believe this capacitor is bad. So next will be to order one of these. This is the part number I see. And my model number, it's an Amana Distinctions air conditioner, model GSX130481BA. GSX130481BA. If that helps you, they're all kind of the same. But if you're hearing that kind of whine where it's not starting but the fan is on, it usually means it's the capacitor. But this is the air conditioner we have. So I will order a capacitor and we'll see you tomorrow and we'll try it out. Thanks, everyone. Okay, folks, I'm back. I'm now where the AC compressor is. At your disconnect, your breaker box. In this case, it's fuses. Make sure these are 100% removed. You absolutely do not want these in with the system energized when you're working on it. So just be sure. I just remove them and set them to the side so there can be no energy. Okay, and now what I've gone ahead and done, this is the old capacitor, which we tested yesterday, which wasn't working. And this is the new capacitor that I just showed you how to check the connections, which I labeled here. Now, if you look on the old capacitor, they do make it easy. It says fan. In that case, this is my brown wire. So I will just unplug that. And remember, I'm not energized. I'll try and do this one-handed. Okay, so that goes to the fan. Right up there, okay? And then we've got, this is gonna be your common, without a doubt, because you see how it has two wires? That means it's sharing a ground, it's sharing a common. So that's gonna be for the 5, for the fan, and for the 45, which is for the compressor. Remember, this is a, I can't read that with my eyes, a 45.5. That just means 45 microfarads from here to here, and 5 microfarads from there to there. This is for the fan, which is that. This is the big fan on that. And this is for the compressor, which is inside this box, the air conditioner. So I did label these. That says common. So I think, though, I'm going to do the compressor next, which is going to be this yellow wire. Bear with me. There it is. Okay, and that pops in here. And you realize, you know, you go to a repair place, you call a tech to come out and do this, they're going to want a couple of $100. And to give you an idea, for me, this capacitor costs $30. So you're saving, I don't know, 400% or something on the cost of a call out just to change this. As long as you're safe, I'm wearing gloves, which protects me. If there is any energy, you make sure this is discharged, which is what we did yesterday, and you make sure your power is off. Okay, so these last two, oh, hi Lila. I got my assistant here. She's getting hot too. So she's gonna help me with this. Okay, so now I'm just gonna remove the other, hold on, there we go. I'm just gonna remove these other two wires. So this is the first common, this purple wire, and then this red wire. Okay, and then hopefully there's enough room for me. I might need to push my capacitor down a little bit because it's a little tight for the wires, but not impossible. So this is our red wire here. Okay, that's on. Same with the purple. They did put some extra. This seems like in my case they tie wrapped some extra here, but I don't think we'll need to undo their tie wrap. Okay, I'm gonna get that one in. Okay, so that is just about done, folks. I'm gonna push this back. Now, if you have a Sharpie, I would put the date on this. I mean, these capacitors, they will go out, especially in the hot weather, which is when you usually need them the most. So this is 10/8/2024, and it's new. And put a happy face because this capacitor is gonna save us from the heat. Okay, so we're basically ready now to start the system up. Let's go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. Okay. Well, that's success. I hear a compressor running. So it was indeed the capacitor. Actions, if you're not hearing that kind of louder sound on top of the fan, that probably means the compressor's not starting. Sometimes it can be a pressure switch on the refrigerant lines that will do that, but a lot of the times it's just the capacitor here. You know, and this one was from 2010, which is a decent life for one of these. So I put the date on mine so I know, but finally we can get a little bit of relief from the October heat.